Welcome to the podcast.
Hello. Hi.
Thank you for agreeing to talk to me. It's going to be so fun. I usually start by having you introduce yourselves. Vanessa, you want to start?
Yeah. I'm Vanessa Christie. I, for my job, own a Italian deli with my family, and I run it with my sister every day, and I love it. We're coming up on 10 years this year, which is a huge milestone for us. Obviously married to Matt Christie. We have one daughter, Sophia, and yeah, we live in Holliston. We love it.
That's great.
That's us. Yeah.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Yeah. What got you started with the deli business? Feel free to put a local plug in. I don't care.
Yeah. Deep Pasquale's my maiden name at Nightcap's Corner. It's in Auburndale. Honestly, my dad and my sister dragged me into it. I was like very young, 22, 23. My sister and I both have restaurant experience. She managed a few restaurants. I was kind of like waitress, bopped around in my, 18, 19, 20. I would work for 6 months, travel for 6 months, and would just like go to Central America with my best friends and then come back, work for 3 months, make enough money, leave again. And then my sister kind of just caught me when I came home, 21, 22, and was like, hey, we're starting a deli, me and dad. You want to join? And I was like, why not? I was kind of a nomad, and honestly, I never finished college. So I didn't really know what I wanted to do. And I kind of just jumped right in. And then the rest is history. 10 years later, I literally can't believe that. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love it. I love to cook. It's like a passion of mine. And my mom kind of always had us in the kitchen, or at least me in the kitchen. So it's a lot of work, labor of love for sure, but I get to work and see my family every day. Very flexible with my hours, and I love it. It's great. Yeah.
Some people would find that to be a nightmare, I think, to see their family every day.
I know. Honestly, it brought us closer. Like, I feel like it could go either way, but my sister and I, like, we used to fight all the time, obviously, like high school and stuff like that. I mean, I stole her clothes. Like, it's fair. She hated me. I would steal her clothes and shove them in the back of my closet after I ruined them. So, like, it was fair to not like me. I was like a pest. And I lost my train of thought. What was I saying? Oh, my family.
Closer.
Yeah, honestly, we're like best friends, and it's great. We like equally dislike everybody else, so we like bond over that, right? We're like we're just like in our own little corner at the deli, and we're like, oh, god damn it, like
yeah. And then you went into customer service and you equally dislike everybody.
Right? Customer service is so hard.
It is hard.
Dealing with the public every day is a lot, but we have like an amazing staff right now. We have amazing customers who come to us every single day, and the annoying people are, few and far in between. So that's good. I love it.
What's your favorite dish to cook?
At the deli? What's my favorite dish to cook? Honestly, I love catering. I love doing making big meals. We make really good homemade arancini, if you've had those. Yeah. And those are really hard to make, but they're absolutely delicious. Here, I mean, I kind of do the basics. I like cooking Italian food, obviously, but just random dishes. I don't even know. Nothing. I'm more simple with my cooking for sure. I just kind of throw it. That's what Matt says, is I just throw things in. He's like, it just tastes good. He's like, what's the recipe? I was like, there is no recipe. Wow. I look at a page of a recipe and then I just
go from there.
That's why I like cooking, though. I'm not a baker because it's so specific. I cannot bake for the life of me because
isn't that funny?
I'm not I'm afraid to measure things. I don't do that. And baking is terrifying.
Yeah, it's more of a science than an art sometimes.
Yeah, my mom can do both, and she is amazing at both. And I just I can't even make chocolate chip cookies.
The bacon breaks.
Imagine. Like the recipe on the back of the chocolate chip bag. Like I
the
follow
Nestle
it
Toll
every
House?
time, and it just like my sister-in-law Angela, great baker. She makes the best
Phenomenal.
brown butter sea salt chocolate
Yeah.
chip cookies.
Unreal.
And I just will never be able to do that, I don't think.
Keep trying. You never know.
Maybe. We'll see.
That's great. What about you, Christine? Tell me about yourself.
So I'm Christine. My husband is Eric. We have one daughter, and I am a hairstylist. I have been working for 16 years, which, as I say that, actually it's 17 technically. As I say that really
So long.
just aged me real fast because it's been 17 years. There's absolutely no way it's been 17
The other day, I said to somebody that I've been driving longer than I was not driving. Like more.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Isn't that bad?
Yeah.
It's bad. Anyway, sorry, I interrupted you. Go ahead.
That's all right. Yeah, I work out of my home or I go to clients. I was in a salon for a while and then had to leave that situation and took some clients with me. And now all the clients I did take have become friends. So it's really just hanging out with my friends doing hair. I do make my own schedule. I used to do a lot of photo shoots for companies, but then life and like getting pregnant and having a baby, just the demand is 10-hour work days, and they're usually 6 o'clock call times, sometimes 7, sometimes 8. You could work till 6, or they hold you for overtime and you could be there till like 8 o'clock. And that to me wasn't something I wanted to do to myself and to my baby and to whoever was watching her. Like, imagine it's 5:45 and it's like, oh, Christine's going to be here soon to pick up the baby. And then it's like, I'm being held because we're trying to finish this product shoot and they're keeping us here till 8. And the shoots are usually in Boston. Sometimes there's a place in Newton that they shoot at, but I've done all different companies, clothing companies and stuff like that. So you can shoot anywhere.
Yeah.
The furthest I ever went was, I guess it's local, but down in Narragansett. So that's like an hour and a half drive back to where I'd be picking up my daughter. And it's just like, that's a long day. And to just get her up that early, get her in the car way ahead of time to bring her to whoever's watching her, and then to get there. It did not make sense. I used to nanny for my sister twice a week, which helped keep my schedule with my clients, but also like give me some relief. Like, yes, I'm watching her kids, but if I can go do a job where I'm hanging out in sweatpants and like making sure the kids are fed and taking a nap, and I, at the time, could take my dog, great. Like, it was so much easier. But yeah, making my own schedules works. At this point, I don't even consider myself part-time. I'm like quarter time.
So nice.
It's very no, it's nice, but it's difficult because I'm like, I want to work more.
Yeah.
But it's just too many moving parts. And right now, like, I'm going to enjoy until she's older and like full-time in school and then figure it out. But I can always go back to doing photo shoots. I'm still part of my agency, the one that puts us with work. And they're always like, whenever you're ready to come back. I'm like, yeah, I thought I was maybe this winter, but we're going through a house renovation project.
Oh, are you?
And I have to be home for everything. So I was like, I'm glad I didn't email them and say, okay, put me on.
Yeah.
But it's hard because sometimes those shoots would be on days where Eric's at work.
Mm-hmm.
And that's hard to navigate. Because I'll be like, he can't call out of work, right? But I couldn't, hair and makeup, who's going to do the hair and makeup if I can't go?
Especially if it's like a wedding or some sort of big event or a photo shoot.
Right.
All these people are depending on you. Of course not.
Yeah.
There's plenty of time.
Mm-hmm.
There's plenty of time to work more.
True.
That's what I always tell myself.
Yeah.
My kids are little.
Yeah. I do a trade that I can always pick up more. Like, I have very set, I couldn't even tell you off the top of my head how many clients I have, but it's an even pace where I'm not jamming myself to get people in. Sure, around the holidays it gets a little hectic, but I'm not freaking out because I'm like, oh my gosh, I have like 40 clients in a week. Like, that's not how I operate. It's like 5 a week, and maybe there's 2 in one day.
Right.
Because it's easier. It's definitely easier in the winters when wedding season isn't happening. because weekends down the Cape for weddings is a long day. So I tell people, from May to like mid to end of October, don't ask for a Saturday. If you want a Sunday, maybe, because sometimes there's Sundays weddings, but also Sundays, like the next day, I'm just so drained from standing and socializing, which is so sad to say because like, oh, you're just hanging out doing hair. But I'm like,
that's hard labor. Are you kidding?
But I'm like and I'm traveling to Chatham, which from my house is 2.5 hours away. And I'm doing that in the morning, working and then coming right back. Yeah. So it's in the same state, but it's 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
So
honestly, when I straighten my own hair, my arms are sore after. I can't imagine how you could do that. It's a long day. It's a lot of labor.
Yeah.
That's crazy. What's your favorite hairstyle to do?
I have a lot of people who request like half up, half downs for weddings, which is nice because it keeps the hair off the face. And there's I like to wear my hair down girls. So I've kind of figured out different ways to pin it so it feels still down, but more off the face and out of the way.
That's great. So how did you and Eric meet?
Oh. Well, so no, it's not scandalous.
No.
He and I were kind of in the same-ish social circle in high school. And then after high school, he went to community college. I went to community college. And then I had decided, like, I want to try to do hair. Like, I wanted to do it at first, but my parents really were like, why don't you try community college, see what happens. So when I was in hair school, we had to do like a mock haircut on a guy. So everyone asked like their dads or uncles, brothers, friends. So I knew Eric was available because he was going to community college living at home. So I was like, can you come down and be like my little male model? You don't actually I'm not cutting your hair. It's just like I have to show the angles and all the things that you do for a haircut. And he's like, yeah, sure. So he came down. We did the test, and as soon as like the test was done, we could leave school for the day. And so he's like, let's go to lunch. And I was like, yes, I wanted to thank you for coming. I was down in Cranston, Rhode Island. So I was like, thank you for coming all the way down to Cranston. We went to Subway.
So cute.
So romantic.
So romantic. Wow.
Listen, guys, we were 19.
Wow.
So turning 20.
Baby.
So he came down. My whole idea was to like pay for lunch as like a thank you, but he paid for lunch. And so he'll consider that our first date.
Mm-hmm.
A few weeks go by, like we're chatting more because we saw each other. And I was working in a bar at the time and I was like, do you want to be a bartender and a waiter? Because we're looking for help. So he started working at the local restaurant bar that I was working at. And we hung out more because like wait staff hangs out after work and stuff like that. So yeah. We started working together and everyone's like, all the regulars like, you guys should date. I'm like, oh, I'm too independent. Look at me. I
Look at me.
I have 3 jobs and I don't have time for man. So, but then eventually I caved.
Mm-hmm.
But like year later.
Wow. So you weren't actually trying.
Wow,
that wasn't you.
Fight.
Yeah.
I don't even know if it was a fight. It was nice to just be friends, you know?
Was he asking you out throughout this time or not really?
Well, we did a lot of like solo hangs. Like
they were dating.
At 19
but we just didn't call it that. It sounds
But at 19 and 20, do you call it back then? Like dating is so different now. But like at 19 and 20, are you calling it dating when like you hang out after like your work restaurant shift with other people? And then like
with other
people trickle out and then it's just you two left?
I don't know. I guess not.
I guess
now
not.
You frame it that way. Yeah.
There were some like solo hangouts, like we watch movies or something, but
right.
It was never like, oh, let's date right now. It was like.
And then was there like a hard day where you guys were like, yes, now we are officially dating?
I don't know. We say like the fall of 2010, I think it was, maybe. I know for his birthday that year, this is what kind of solidified it. I opened a Best Buy credit card to buy him a big flat screen TV because I forget if his broke.
Gift.
I know. I don't know if it broke or the TV he had was like kind of really like old and like you should be watching. Everything was like becoming flat screen back then. So I was like, I'm gonna get him a flat screen TV. So it was like $750. I didn't, as a waitress, which gas prices were $4.50 a gallon back then.
Wow.
Traveling to and from Cranston, Rhode Island 6 days a week, like it was a lot on my bank account. So I had to open a Best
Wait,
Buy
so how long have you guys been together for?
since 2010. So 16 years.
So long.
Yeah, I don't know.
What year did you get married?
2020.
Wow.
January 2020.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Wow. So you really dove into marriage right at the start of the pandemic. Just the two of you.
well, we bought our house together in 2017. So it was
Okay.
full on like living together for a while before
Yeah.
being stuck together
Wow.
during the pandemic. Yeah.
Cool. Wow. What about you, Vanessa? How did you and Matt meet?
Kind of similar story, but opposite. I was the one chasing Matt.
Mm-hmm.
And he wouldn't give it up. This was what, like 10 years ago now? We met, like, so Matt was in the Army, and actually, let me backtrack. I was working at a dive bar in Newton, and one of his buddies was the bartender. And like Christine, we used to go out after, and
It's the culture.
right? You gotta do
Restaurant
it.
culture.
It's 2:00 in the morning. What else are we gonna do? We would go back to his house, who he got with a bunch of his Natick friends. We would call it the frat house. It was Rose Street, and
Like where Roach Brothers is?
no, Rose Street
Oh,
was the
Rose.
street. So we call it Rose Street, but it was like a frat house. There was like 5 dudes, huge, like I don't even know. I want to say Victorian house, but like just big old house, like 4 levels. There was like a pool. They put like pool table in it. It was just like out of control. Like we'd go
Wow.
back there 2, 3 in the morning and just get drunk, whatever. I met all the Natick guys. I actually met Craig, who's also on the fire department, Matt's younger brother, before Matt. And Craig was cute. I was like, "You're cute." I didn't even know
Did you
Matt at
tell
the
him?
time. Yeah,
Do you still call your brother-in-law cute?
he's still cute. Yeah, not in that way, but
Right.
I also adore Craig's girlfriend, so whatever. And then there was a room empty, and I was like, who's the
Yeah.
4th or 5th guy? And my friend John was like, "Oh, that's my buddy Matt. Like he just got back from the army. He's coming." And I was like, "Nice, okay." So I met Matt through John just by partying at the frat house, and obviously Matt being overseas for a little over a year, he probably wanted nothing to do with a girlfriend. He was like, absolutely not. But I was like, within a month, I mean, I was so young. I was like 22, 23, just starting the deli, finally like back in Newton, like stuck there a little bit. And I was kind of telling all my best friends, like, "Oh, like I want to date this guy." Like, I don't know what it, yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Like, and it's funny because I was just the type of person growing up, like I never had boyfriends. I never had serious boyfriends. I just like could care less about guys. Like,
Mhm.
and then my sister always jokes with me, like my first serious boyfriend ended up being my
Naturally.
husband and, father of my child.
Hey, when you know, you know.
Right.
I chased after Matt. I mean, we hooked up for probably like 3, 4, 5 months. And then I finally got him to like date me, like more serious, like,
Did
not
you
messing-
buy him a flat screen TV from Best Buy?
No. Honestly, that house was just like, we like all joked about it now. Like a bunch of us who were dating them a lot of us are married. Like Marco and Christina, they're one of them. Coleman and Emily, these are like all Matt's like best Natick friends. And we all kind of started at Rose Street together, partying and dating. And then we all somehow ended up married to
Wow.
them. So I don't know. Something was in the air at Rose Street. It was disgusting. I literally didn't even want to go to the bathroom there.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, just like bunch of
Boys.
dudes, didn't clean. I would like bring flip-flops to like go to the bathroom. Like,
It's like college.
it was
It's like
absolutely
college, right?
disgusting. Like, my parents lived like a mile down the road, and I would literally just like not go. I would just be like, okay, I'll just go home. Like,
Wow.
this is so gross. But yeah, it was fun. They had like a music room. We partied there a lot, and Matt was actually, this was like his EMT days.
Okay.
And, you know, he was working long hours, late nights, and I would show up 2 or 3 in the morning, drunk from coming back from the cherry tree, being like, Matt, outside of the store, let me in. And he'd be like, get away from me. And it's funny because we were so opposite. Matt was just this like clean cut, hardworking guy, fresh out of the army. And I was just like, I lived in Colorado for a while. I was traveling a lot. I was kind of this more like free spirit, hippie, trying to be a, you know, hippie girl. And we were just polar opposites. And I don't know. I guess he was into that because here we are.
They say opposites attract, right?
But we could have not been more opposite, which is so funny.
Do you still feel like you guys are the same kind of
I've definitely changed a lot more, but yeah, I mean, he's definitely he's the planner.
Mhm.
He's the good financial one. He's the, you know, this is what we got to do to like stay on track. And I'm kind of like, no, let's go to Italy. Let's do this. We don't need to do that. I mean, Christine knows, like, she,
Yeah, because I'm always taking care of your chickens, and you guys like, we're going to Aruba for a week,
she did
or
just take care of our chickens for a whole
we're
week.
going to
Like, God bless her.
London.
Yeah, like I'm very much like YOLO. Like, let's just go and do stuff. Like,
That's great. I mean, it's a good way to live, right?
yeah.
I
I'm
mean,
glad I
if
have
you-
someone like Matt to balance
Yeah,
us out,
that's what
though,
you need.
because I probably would have no money.
If you didn't do
otherwise.
this, though, would Matt travel as like? Because you're always going somewhere. Would
Yeah.
Matt put in that like, oh, I want to go somewhere like London? Like you guys just went to London. Would he have gone to London?
I don't know. I mean, he's still pretty adventurous. Like he got like our honeymoon, we did like a 7-day hike in the Alps.
Wow.
And that like we did like a whole month in Europe, and that was like the start of it. And he told me that idea, and I was like, "What?" I was like, "That is literally the last thing I want to do on my honeymoon." Like, are you
But was it
kidding?
amazing?
Oh my God. He's like already talking about doing another one in like a year or two in the Dolomites. And it was one of the best like week of my life. It was so much fun. I mean, strenuous. You're hiking, you know, 6, 7, 8 hours a day, but like the most beautiful places I've ever seen. And it was so much fun. But like he was the one who like planned that, you know, and thought of that and like researched it and like got me to do it. And I was like grateful for
And that's
that.
coming from you. You said you used to travel a lot.
Yeah.
You kind of settled down at the restaurant.
Yeah.
So you've seen a lot of stuff.
I have seen a lot of stuff. I don't know if I was like thinking like honeymoon, like I'm a beach girl, like through and through. So I'm like, I want to go sit and chill on a beach in Italy and like that's it.
Right.
But I'm glad he got us to do something like adventurous as well. Cause he can be pretty adventurous in that type of way, which is fun.
And like then was the time, you know.
Yeah.
My sister
it's hard.
actually like 2 weeks ago, literally was like in Aruba, was like giving a shit. She was like, oh, I mean, they took a month off for their honeymoon because obviously we were in the business together. And I was like,
She's
I
still
mean,
hurt by that.
She's still holding it
She's
against
still
you.
hurt. I mean, a month is a long time, but I was like, see ya.
See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya.
What do you want me to do?
Right.
I
You're
got
like, all
things
my
to
other
see.
vacations are with
And
you.
it was like before, you know, you start kids and life, and when do you ever really get to do that? Now, I can't just like leave. That's a good thing about the deli. Like we just went to Aruba, which was amazing. We go every year with my family, and then now my sister's going to Barbados on Thursday for like 6 days. So she's like back to back Caribbean trips, but like I would never be like, no, you can't go.
Of course not.
And she would do the same for me.
You're not counting her PTO.
No, and that's like the most amazing thing about it is like we do it together, so we like have each other's back. So like if she wanted to go and do something for 3 weeks somewhere, I'm like, go and do it.
Yeah.
Like
Enjoy.
I got you. Like
Yeah.
I'm here, you know.
Now, how did you guys become friends?
Your wedding.
No way.
Yes.
Stop right
Yes.
now.
Yes.
Which was honestly the coolest
It
wedding
was the
I think,
funnest
to date
wedding.
I've ever been to.
It was very large.
It was very
So big.
large, but also like I remember from the procession
Mhm.
from the church to where there was
Oh,
What?
to the reception with the drums and the.
Yeah.
our entrance.
entrance.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
like that was awesome.
Yeah.
I remember showing up and like I don't know if it was like your family, your friends, but like everyone was dressed like so
To the
nice.
Yeah. I'm glad you guys had fun and
Yeah.
you're good friends.
Yeah.
Well, because I had met Matt on a ski trip, and I ended up talking to Vanessa on the phone to be like, he's okay. He had fallen
Yeah.
asleep in his truck, and nobody was like, where's Matt? And I was like, where's that one guy, Matt?
We would all be dead without Christine,
And so,
honestly.
she is. I was like, I found him. Great.
But
But I was when I hadn't met you, but like when I was talking to you, I was like, I don't even know who this person is. But I'm just like, because he was on the phone with you,
yeah.
and I remember hearing you on the phone like Matt, and I was like, I got him.
Yeah.
He'll call you when he wakes up.
Like 12 hours from now.
Yeah.
So you had talked but never met in person.
Yeah, and then we
Wow.
met at I think it was that March because your wedding was in April.
Uh-huh.
I think the ski trip was in
Oh, you
March,
have
so
such a great memory.
like a month later.
Seriously. I don't even remember when my wedding was.
It was like a month later that your wedding was. And
I
was
kind of
like,
clinged on
you're
to
Vanessa.
I kind of clinged on to Christine. I don't know why. You just
well, because
I felt
clingable.
comfortable with her.
Yeah.
And you
I
know,
have
like
the aura.
Fire Wives thing, like a little intimidating, being
Yeah.
like one of the newbies. And
Yeah.
I mean, even though everybody is so nice.
Everyone's very welcoming, but still,
Yeah,
you're like,
but
oh.
it's like a little overwhelming,
Totally.
right? Especially for the girls whose husbands have been on forever, you know, and they already know each other. And yeah, we kind of clicked. And like Matt and Eric are obviously really close. They
Yeah.
work with Ian, and
Mhm.
so we're all kind of intertwined.
Which is pretty great. So tell me what your experience has been being a fire wife, what the good part, bad part, whatever you want to share.
Should we start with the good or the bad?
I'll let you decide.
Which list is shorter?
Good. I think like community is a big one, like meeting them, and like they live 10 minutes down the road.
Mhm.
Like I consider them my good friends now. Okay, one good thing. I'm just kidding.
One good.
You're like the end.
Honestly, like Matt's really passionate about what he does. He was an EMT and like now paramedic firefighter, obviously. Like I think he said last night we were talking about it, almost 20 years now,
Mm-hmm.
because he worked in like a private ambulance. And he genuinely is a great person. And I think it takes a great person to do a job like that. So seeing him, you know, obviously you have your days. I think like everyone who doesn't like their job, everybody does that. But I think he genuinely enjoys being there, and like he's met so many of his close friends there.
Mhm.
So I think that's awesome to see. Yeah. I don't know.
I think the schedule this can be controversial, but the
good and bad.
schedule
I
is
agree.
good, especially for like me in the winter, because he is doing the 2 days where it's summertime. He does the power washing, and he's sometimes working 6 days a week.
Mhm.
It's a shit show.
Yeah, yeah, to say the
And they
least.
do that together.
Yeah,
Wow.
Thanks, Ian.
yeah,
Just kidding. We love Ian.
right. Do
I wonder if
love
he's
you?
going to listen to this one.
He's gonna be like, they're gonna talk about me, aren't they?
Definitely Christine.
Yeah. But when Eric was an basic EMT, he was doing 16-hour shifts working up in Malden or Newton. And the schedule was, 7 to 11. And I didn't see him a lot because he was working. And then he started going to medic school, which is an accelerated program. So then he was still doing his shifts on the ambulance for the private ambulance company and doing school and working at the restaurant. So I only ever really saw him for a whole year outside of work, 1 day a week. And when we were working together, like a shift at the restaurant together, like that's when I saw him. But that was so chaotic. And I feel like a lot of people would be like, this is too hard. I never see you. But now that he has 2 days of work now, it's like, I do see him in the winter. And then sometimes he's just hanging around too much. And I'm like, is it April yet? Are things
the end of the
melted
winter,
enough
you're
that you
kinda
can
like-
go wash?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the schedule of the 24 is good. It gives me some time to myself. I can watch my trash TV, he calls it, and no one can bother me.
Well, it's nice because they also get their schedule for like
A whole
not even a whole year. Technically the rest of their career,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So it's nice because you can look ahead of time and be like, oh, we can go away for that weekend.
Right.
You know,
Mhm.
as long as overtime is off the table.
Yeah.
Which is it ever?
No.
No.
Yeah. We all three of us know about that life.
They just
I'm
like
coming
stock.
off. This is a tough time for me. I'm coming off last week. Matt just did 2 back-to-back 48s.
Mhm.
So I'm like revved up a little bit, but
Let it out, sister.
This is the place.
yeah. No, I think the schedule is like has its perks and it's also
Yeah.
can be hectic when you throw in kids life.
Yeah.
You know, I think kids really throws everything off.
Every person I've talked to, I think it was
Yeah.
all dandy until there were kids. Like,
Well, you know, you live
do
your
your
own
thing.
life. If it's just you and him, then you have your own schedules. You don't have to worry about, you know, we have a dog and you worry about the dog. Other than that, it's kind of a no-brainer. You're not really like thinking about.
Yeah.
And then you bring in kids and you're like, oh shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now it's real.
Now I would like a little relief from another adult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's still worth it, but it can definitely make it a lot harder than you anticipate.
Yeah.
What's some of the, other than having children, which we did intentionally,
We did intentionally, yeah.
we made the
That was the
to do it.
choice.
What are some of the hard parts?
I think maybe like some of the calls, I think.
Mhm.
Sometimes I get a little bit of a taste of it and sometimes I don't. I think he definitely shields stuff like that from me. But I can tell when, you know, bad shift or I mean, it's not happening all the time, right? But you have those calls where he's kind of a little beat up about it. Between that and the lack of sleep, I think are the two. Matt is not a morning person and he does not thrive on lack of sleep at all. So he literally said to me the other day, like, people know at the station to just not talk to him in the morning.
Oh,
because
wow.
He's just like, so, like, I'm not joking.
They sent out an email to the whole station,
This
like, don't talk
poor
to me.
guy. And he's been like that, I guess, since he was like young. Like, I talked to his siblings about it, his mom, like, he is not a morning person. Which, like, I don't think anyone loves to wake up in the morning, but like I'm very much someone who will like wake up and just be like, all right, it is what it is, you know, like I'm fine. But the lack of sleep, like last week when he's working those like almost 100 hours,
Mhm.
it's, you know, he comes home that next day and he's junk. But it's like he also has to be a dad because I'm going to work and he, you know, he's my our child's care for the day.
Mhm.
So I think the lack of sleep is a huge one on those bad nights.
I'm only laughing at you, Dr. Water.
That noise is a paid actor.
His name's Lenny.
His name's Lenny, and he's super cute.
Yeah.
I actually pictured him as he was walking by. I thought he was going to let one rip as he walked by the mic, and that would have been
Well,
awesome.
he burped earlier.
That's great. It's all right. This is real life, right?
Yeah.
Welcome to reality. Yeah, I mean, I think you're right. The lack of sleep is the hard part for most of us, but for them, they come home and you think that they used to be able to just rest.
Yeah.
And it's like, nope, now you're responsible for another person.
Yeah.
You know, you can't just take a quick nap.
We actually, I don't know if you went, but there was a psychiatrist who came 6 months ago.
I think all shifts did it.
Yeah.
They had
Well, I went.
oh, you
It
went.
was for like first responders. So like,
Kelsey Hampton was telling me about it.
yeah.
What did you think?
Honestly, it was Matt's idea to go, which for me was the first time he's really like invited me into that world, I guess. Not like the fire world, but like kind of the behind the scenes world of like what they're, you know, he wanted me to see what they go through every day. And she talked about how sleep is, you know, I mean, we all know sleep is important. And these guys literally run off no sleep. And it's like the stress, it was very interesting. And I'm glad I went because it kind of opens your eyes, you know, on those days where I kind of want to like jab him and give him shit for something or whatever. I kind of take a step back and I'm like, okay, You know,
would
you're not
imagine.
out with the boys having fun, right? You're at work, you're doing a job, like you're trying to make money and provide for your family. So that's one thing that like I've tried to work on over the years. I used to be kind of a brat about it when we were like younger and he first got on and I was like, overtime, like come on. But it's like we didn't even have kids. Like he should be taking overtime, right? And like now I'm like way more laxed about it. I'm like, do what you got to do, you know, because I know it's where they make their money and
If
you
only
know
they got paid like
that
legitimate salaries. I mean, it's
right.
legitimate,
Mhm.
but it's not.
Yeah,
It's never
no,
enough for what
it's
they
not.
do.
Right.
And a lot of people deal with that, I feel like.
Yeah.
Who are underpaid, but
Lenny,
Lenny,
do you feel
honestly,
better?
Lenny's burping.
Did you feel better?
I had a feeling it was going to happen. I knew
Yeah.
it was going to happen. That's funny.
But it really opened my eyes to see like, you know, the stress and the lack of sleep and what they go through is just like beats their body up and their mind and stuff. So
Do you think they paid her to come and make us feel bad for them? Because Kelsey
Maybe.
said the same thing. She's like, make me second guess
Maybe.
myself.
yeah, maybe. She was honestly really informative. And it's funny because a lot of the National Grid guys come to my deli.
Uh-huh.
And there was 2 National Grid guys there with their wives who come to my spot. And I was like, hey, I was like, what are you guys doing here? And I was like, oh wait, well, first responders, like they work overnights.
True.
They work overtime, just like, you know, Eversource guys, like linemen, like all those guys. Like it's the same thing. Like I know, you know, one of the Eversource guys who comes to me, he has 4 kids and his wife's a stay-at-home mom and he works 80 hours a week every week. Like that's how they make their money, right? So it's kind of the same situation. I was just surprised to see the National Grid guys there because I was like, wait a second.
I wouldn't have thought of that.
Yeah. But I get it because they're, you know, anyone for overnight doctors, nurses, whatever.
Mhm.
Like that's
And they're on
messing with-
call when electricity goes down in a
yeah,
neighborhood.
like
they have to
it's
go and
messing
fix.
with your sleep schedule. It's messing with your, you know, everything. So
There's so much research out there about shift working and stuff like that. So I hear you. I mean, it's
yeah.
definitely something to consider, but
Mhm.
also it can be hard for us on the other end of that.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all about, you know, kind of trying to navigate it together, obviously.
Yeah. What about you, Christine? What do you think?
I don't know. Even though I just said the good was the schedule, it's also can be hard on the other side of the coin because the days he gets off shift and he's not going power washing, I line up my day with work. And you can't predict when there's someone like coming in late and he gets out late. So then I got to shift my whole day or cancel someone. Or if he had a bad night and it's like going to be a little rough for him to take over parenting, I'll try to pivot and come up with options like I'll take her to my mom's for a couple hours and in between clients, I'll pick her up and bring her home, like go sleep or like just do whatever you want to do to decompress. I think that's been kind of challenging because you just never know. And then there's been a lot of being held happening and he hasn't had to be held, thankfully, but he will volunteer to put in for overtime so that other people don't get held, which is noble of him. But then I'm like, hey, I have a whole day scheduled tomorrow. Thank you so much for talking to me first. It doesn't happen often that he's not, you know, telling me, hey, can I take this?
Yeah, like checking in, see if it's possible for you to handle that. Yeah.
Yeah. He knows he can't in the summer on a Saturday. And he's got to make sure he can get home on time so that I can leave to go drive to the Cape. If it becomes too much or if I have to be there early, then I'll take her with me to stay at my parents' place down in Wareham. But then he has a whole day to himself because I'll be like, oh, I'll pick her up after I'm done with the wedding. Or if you want to drive down and pick her up and hang out at the beach for a couple hours and then go home, that's an option too. And he's like, why don't you bring her home?
Yeah.
I'm like,
We'll
okay,
take the time.
great,
Sure. Yeah.
great. Yeah.
So I heard through the grapevine that they're looking for a husband rebuttal.
A what?
A rebuttal, as in they come up against us and talk to us about all these things we're talking about.
Oh my God.
But nothing we're saying is a secret, you know?
I know. but they want their side of the story to be heard. So if anyone wants to volunteer to rebut with me, then
What are they going to say about us?
I have no idea.
Huh.
Mhm.
No.
I don't think any of them would.
I don't know. Robbie is adamant that he's gonna. I'm like, if you think you can go up against me, he's like, but we're not going up against you. We're just telling our side of the story. I'm like, say what you will.
I'm not saying anything bad.
No, we're not saying anything bad. I know. I'm only joking.
It's only like real life, stuff.
Well, that's the point, right?
Yeah.
It can
Yeah.
sound so glamorous. And then when you're in it, you're like, well, shit, this is hard,
Yeah.
And it's great. And I'm like, the pride has never wavered, not for a second.
Yeah.
But it can be hard.
Mhm.
And so I just, this was all his idea, by the way. He talked a big game. He wants to rebuttal.
Wow.
He told me to do this. I honestly kind of said no at first.
Yeah.
And then he's like, you should. Like, you guys deserve to be heard. And so
Yeah.
that's the point. Is to
That's
just,
nice.
yeah. Just to, talk and kind of tell our side of the story.
You can't suggest something so that we can be heard to then just turn around and say, you know what, we're going to get them. We're going to tell our side just to prove.
I know. I don't think he wanted the rebuttal. He was joking that he would come up against me.
Yeah.
I think some of the guys are listening or they've listened to the first episode. And they're like, oh, guess we better sign up.
They're going to look for ours and be like, these two are going to drop all the tea.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
Matt
sadly,
already said he
there's
thought I
no
was gonna
tea.
shit talk him, and I was like, I don't.
No, we say what we need to say
Yeah.
to them. It's not about that.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not about shit talking you. It's just, life's hard, and I feel like marrying a firefighter, it's hard because I feel like sometimes, like, I don't really have like friends or family. I mean, I have like you and like a few other people who are in the same position, but like Matt's close friends or my close friends and our families, like you don't get it, right? So they're like, oh, well, why don't you want 4 kids? It's like, 'cause I don't want to be alone 3 or 4 nights a week with 4 kids by myself. Like,
Right.
it's just like constantly having to remind people, like, they're like, oh, you can't make it to this thing. And it's like, no, like, just take work off. And it's like, no, like, he can't just take a whole 24 shift off. Like, people they just like don't get it all the time. And I think that's also very hard because it's like, we're not doing it to be, I don't know,
Difficult.
difficult. It's just like, our schedules are chaotic. My schedule is chaotic. I don't work a 9 to 5.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah, I bet.
I'm also chaotic. So it's just, I think the friends and family thing is hard too. Like, his friends definitely give him shit sometimes, and especially about like overtime, or like if we have like simple little plans and he gets offered overtime, like he'll say yes to the overtime.
Of course.
And I totally get it. Like, and I'm fine with that unless it's something that's like more important or something we both really want to do. We're like not gonna like cause a nuisance if we cancel, right? But his friends will give him shit. And it's like, no, like, don't make him feel bad. Like, that's where he's making his money. Like,
Right.
we need to, especially now, like, we need to make money, right?
Right.
Things are so expensive. And so,
Like, how would people feel if the firefighters didn't go to work?
yeah, like,
Mm.
I feel bad for him in that sense. But I think, that was a few years ago. I think now he just like doesn't even care. It's like in one ear out the other. He
Yeah.
knows, like, he knows what he wants to do, what he has to do, and that's, is what it is.
Mhm.
So, and then we were talking about it before you got here, how things happen when they're not here, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I'm like a very strong, independent woman. So is Christine, probably even more so than I am. I like Matt. So this big snowstorm we just had,
Mhm.
right? Matt was on shift and then picked up a shift for someone because they wanted to plow. Very nice of him. I'm thinking I'm going to be home alone. I'm like texting Christine, freaking out, like, maybe we can hang out.
Like,
before
when
the
you
snow
come over
starts.
until the snow
I'm
gets
like,
bad
I
and
don't
then go
wanna be
home. I was
alone.
like,
And then, whatever, me and Sophia obviously hunkered down for the 2 days that we couldn't leave our house. I am very proud of myself. We have a wood stove in the basement. I carried wood in. I took care of my chickens. I kept the fire going. I snowblowed. I shoveled, took care of my baby. I'm like, I've got it, right? So
Yeah.
I'm like very self-sufficient here, but there are just sometimes things that happen
Mm-hmm.
when they're on shift, and I feel like it is always the worst stuff. And I have like a few stories. Like this past summer, we have chickens. We had a rooster, and this past summer?
Mm-hmm.
This past spring, right? He got mites, which is like chicken lice.
Oh.
Disgusting. Tiny little insects just attacking their body.
Yeah.
Very sad. We didn't catch it. Usually it happens in like more humid states. I didn't really know. Christine's a much better chicken tender
Do you also have chickens?
That's too.
than I am. But I didn't know that was something that you really needed to look for. That wasn't on my like list of like checking. And one day he was just laying down, and our rooster we
He's
called
a
him
mean
Little
boy.
Wayne. He was a mean boy. He would literally attack anyone that came near him. You would have to kick him down. He was cuckoo, right?
Like if
And-
you opened the door to let them out to
Oh,
free
he would
range,
charge.
you had to run.
Yeah, like, and honestly, like, good for him because he protected them and fought off quite a few animals. But so he was laying down, he didn't attack me, and I was like, "Oh, something's going on." So I went down, picked him up, and all of a sudden, I have all these little bugs crawling on me. I'm like, "What the hell?" And I have my now sister-in-law's bridal shower to go to, and so I went to that. Obviously, I'm freaking out. I left early, went to Tractor Supply, got home, gave him like baths to try and get these bugs off of him to save him. Matt's obviously on shift, and I also have Sophia here. So who came over to help me with Sophia? Why can't I remember?
Wasn't me.
Someone
But
did.
you FaceTime me because you're like, what do I do? And
so
I
he
like,
was dying essentially. He was getting like
Oh my
eaten
gosh.
alive by these bugs. And Matt's, on the phone just been like, it's fine, just snap his neck. And I was like,
What?
like this,
be for
like
real.
this is your job. So I'm like, can you call Ryan Mooney? Ryan Mooney lives up the street, has a farm. Or even his girlfriend Tyla, who would probably also do it. I was like, anybody? Eric? Ian? I'm like, anybody?
Anybody but
male
me.
figure could come here and put this poor thing out of his misery. Because I'm like running around with the chicken with my head cut off, no pun intended. But I'm like, this is the only time. This is the type of stuff that happens when he's on shift, and he's like, just do this, and I'm like, no,
No,
like
I'm
that's
not gonna
your
snap its
job.
neck.
That's your job.
What
That's
a
not my
ridiculous
job.
comment.
Honestly, no. And then this past week we had an ice dam, and our roof. I woke up and my head was wet in the middle of the night, and it was my roof. Our ceiling's leaking in my head. I'm like, Matt, like, I'm wet. And I finally, after like 2 minutes of like coming out of my like middle of the night grog, I look up and I was like, shit. I'm like, the ceiling's leaking. He's like, oh, God damn it. So we like moved the bed forward, whatever. He gets up at like 6 a.m. going on shift, gets up on the roof, trying to get everything on. And he comes in. Matt's a last minute Sally in the morning. So he's like, probably had to leave like 10 minutes ago. And he's looking at me and he's like, you're going to have to get up on the roof today and fix that. And I literally looked at him and I was like,
I will do
No.
no such thing.
I was like, that seems like an Eric job. I'm like, I'm calling Eric. Poor Eric and Christine. I'm like, I call Eric and I'm like, he's too close, the poor thing.
Are you regretting being neighbors?
Well,
No,
they
there's-
were there first.
there's up and downs.
Yeah. But I'm like, you want me to throw a ladder? I've never been on a roof before with
On
ice and
ice.
snow. I'm
Yeah.
like, with shoveling. I'm like, what? And I'm
what are you
like,
supposed to do with your daughter during this time?
I
Just
don't
leave her
know.
in her
Well, yeah, this was the whole thing with the snowstorm. I was like, when am I going to snowblow?
Yeah.
So I did it at like, honestly, my neighbor next door he's a sweetheart, Tyler. He's my age. They have 2 kids. So he finished my driveway and then used it for his driveway. I was like, this is a good deal. I was like, let's
Right.
keep this relationship
Teamwork,
going.
yeah.
If you don't see
For
Matt's
as
truck,
long
I
as
need
we
you to
both
come
live
over.
here. He knows they're awesome. They're from New York and New Hampshire. They know I'm alone a lot,
Yeah.
and I have their numbers, and it's just nice to be able to like, I know where I can go. I got 2 people, one on each side. Because
That's really
that's
nice.
one thing that scares me is people know what he does, and they know when his truck is not here for a day or 2. They know I'm alone,
Mhm.
and I'm a scaredy cat. Ask Christine. I'm always.
Hey, we have an alarm system. I'm not judging you.
I know. I mean, we have nice cameras, which is good.
So
But-
did you see me come every day, twice a day?
Matt was watching
the
you. So
negative
Matt still
degree?
hasn't downloaded the cameras on my phone, so I can't see anything, but he can. He saw
I waved a
Ian
couple
and
times.
Christine.
It was like -19, and I'm like going to.
We don't have an automatic coupe door, which is okay. This is another thing. I'm like a very chaotic person sometimes. Like, I don't like to think before I do things. And I bought an automatic chicken door like 2 days before I went on a trip, being like, this is gonna work, and it was too small. I was like,
Oh
shit,
no!
Christine.
So you had to lift them out.
out and in every night. I mean, I told her they
She's
would be
like,
fine,
the
but it was
eggs,
very
keep the
cold.
eggs. I'm like, yeah, of course I'm keeping the eggs.
Yeah, this is my payment. I'll make her some homemade pasta a few nights a week.
Oh, that's nice.
So-
That's a good.
I did make her some nice sourdough. Was it good?
Yes. Yes.
Nice. The sourdough is a lot easier than you would think. People,
Anything bread.
I think focaccia is actually even easier than sourdough.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
people kind of make it like so much more complicated than it is. And I kind of just watched these videos that like dumbed it down. And this one girl I saw was like, she made a good point. She was like, even if it doesn't come out good, it still tastes delicious. So she's like, it's fine. I was
Right.
like, you're right.
It's not that big of a deal.
It's not that big of a deal.
Right.
So I just kind of started doing it. And
Wow.
although Matt's on this like health journey right now, he won't eat bread. So it's pretty
Good
much
thing you
me and-
started making sourdough.
me and Sophia housing sourdough every morning. Like, whatever. Yeah.
So if you were to meet somebody right now who told you, hey, I'm dating a firefighter, I think I want to marry him or her, what would you tell them? What advice would you give? How
Are you sure? No. Just have the capacity for flexibility, I think, is like the biggest thing that you need. Other than that, an openness to like some of their tough calls, like the traumatic calls that they have to go to. Like, let them do what they need to do to kind of come down from the adrenaline rush, what they saw that they can't get out of their heads. Like, let them have space to do that and just be flexible with schedules. Otherwise, it's pretty,
I think it takes kind of a more relaxed person.
yeah.
I'm not sure anyone has ever called me a relaxed person.
You're not? You seem pretty relaxed.
I don't know. I compare myself to Robbie, and he's just like almost non-existent.
Yeah.
In the best way. I don't think you need to be relaxed. You need to be
I guess flexible is a good
flexible.
word.
Might
for
be a
it.
better word, but
Yeah.
sometimes I think some of them are a little too relaxed. Like I think I don't know. I obviously have only married one firefighter, but sometimes I feel like I should be like shaking him, like, "Hey, are you okay? Do you want to talk?"
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They don't, Matt doesn't really bring it home.
Okay.
Like, it takes something that like really is bad, or like something that happens that like really pissed him off, to come home and be like, okay,
Only call related or just
call,
anything.
just, I mean, workplace stuff,
Stuff.
you know, whatever, you know, stuff happens, drama happens, obviously everywhere.
right? There's no shortage of drama
Yeah.
at the fire department.
So, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
He'll tell me some stuff. I'll sometimes like pry it out of him just to, you know, take interest
Mm.
in his job. Because I'm like,
Eric tells me all about all his calls.
Really?
All of them. Yep. I don't mind. Those things don't bother me. And I'm glad he does open up like that.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he used to be less communicative, like back in the day. I'm like,
well, it's nice that he does talk to you
I was
about
like, you
it.
need to like talk, not even about like fire stuff. It's just like communication between us. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, I'm calling you. Can you answer the phone?
Yeah.
Can you text me back right away? But yeah, now he tells me like calls like, oh, I went here. Oh, it was like this, you know.
What do you think changed? Why is he?
I don't know if it's just he got used to being having like that line of communication open more, or if he just you can only talk to someone at work about the calls you go to. Like, it could go round and round, but maybe talking to a non-work person makes it feel different, like kind of digests it different. So yeah, he'll tell me like the good ones and like the not great ones, and then like really bad ones. And I'm like, oh man. All I can say is like, oh man.
Well, yeah, it's like you're never really gonna kind of
Like, I
I'm
can't-
never gonna understand what they do. Matt was telling me like we were talking about the podcast, and then somehow we just kind of dove right into like what's going on with him at work and this and that and some calls, and I don't know. It was so funny. He was like talking about how they were like working on a woman. They were on their way into Boston, and he was like doing all this stuff, and I was like, wait, I'm like thinking to like Grey's Anatomy or like my like medical shows, and I'm like, I can't picture Matt in the back of an ambulance, like, you know, intubating someone or like being
so
like a medical
serious.
professional. And I was like, wait a second. I'm like, you literally save people's lives. And I like, it kind of like hit me for a second. I like forgot. I was like, you do some
Do you wish
serious
he would
shit.
tell you more?
Yeah, and honestly, I don't think it's not that he doesn't want to. I think he would if I like, you know, I think it's also on me to take more, I don't know, I wouldn't say interest in, but
Just ask more
kind of.
questions. And,
Yeah.
Interesting.
I always ask him how his day is, and I always text him during his shift, how's your shift, this
Yeah.
and that, you know, see how it's going, see how my next day is going to be.
Right.
I was
Get a
told-
vibe.
I was told we are not allowed to ask how's work.
Oh, really? Why?
Careful, because I guess that's bad.
Oh, you know what's bad
Just
luck?
kidding.
for
I said
me?
that on the
I
way
said it
here. I was like,
once.
how's work?
Yeah, I got in a lot of trouble.
I got in trouble once because I was visiting the station. This was years ago. I don't know if Matt would even remember, but they were like getting ready for dinner, or I don't know what they were doing, but I was like, okay, I hope you guys have an easy night. And Matt literally looked at me and was like,
Get out.
no.
The forbidden sentence.
He was like, get out. And I was like, was I not supposed to say that? I was like, oh my God.
That's like
I'm
when you're
so
working in a
sorry.
hospital and it's like, it's pretty
Yeah,
quiet in
he
here.
was like, you don't say that. He's like, just don't talk about it. And I was like, okay.
Superstition runs deep.
I was like,
Big time.
sorry.
Big time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My bad. I'm just
Wow.
gonna leave.
Have a good night.
Enjoy. See you later. That's really
See
funny.
you tomorrow.
Yeah. Oops. Well, any last pearls? Any last stories you want to share? Funny stuff, sad stuff, happy stuff?
I don't know. I'm glad you're doing this.
Yeah.
I think
Thank
this
you.
is, and I listened to your last episode about, you know, hanging out with the ladies. I think that's a good idea.
I think so too. I am classically not somebody who,
Plans.
no, I'm a planner for sure. I've had trouble always keeping in touch with people after I'm out of a situation.
Mm.
And like college friends, I have one.
Yeah.
High school friends, I have a couple. And that's it. And I've been to a lot of school and a lot of places and a lot of jobs. And it just, once I like stop seeing them, it's on me, I know. But so every time I talk to somebody, I'm like, I'm going to plan something. I'm going to host, or we're going to find a place. And then like a day later, I'm like, I just forget. It's not
Yeah.
even that I don't want to. I'm just like,
Right.
yeah, I'll get to it. And
No,
I'm
well,
never-
life's just busy.
we're busy.
Everybody
Yeah.
has jobs and kids, and
Yeah. But how fun would it be? Like, I think Matt recently planned a bowling night
yeah, he
or
did
something
for
like
their
that.
The
shift.
bowling night heard round the world.
around the world.
Why? What happened?
Well, they just loved it.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
So excited.
Well, okay.
They don't
So
do that
here's the thing
anymore.
about the bowling party is Matt's like all amped about the bowling, and he comes and he's like, "Oh, like shift party, we're gonna do bowling," and I was like expecting
The invite.
significant others to be invited. And
Oh,
I was like,
really?
"Oh my God, I love bowling! I can't wait! This is awesome!" He was like, "No, you're not coming," and I was like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "I'm never invited."
Well, it sounds like we need
And he
to
was
have
like,
our
it's
own
too
bowling night.
much to do with like 40 people, whatever it is. And I was like, honestly, that makes sense because there's like 20 of you. So
Yeah.
that's legit. And I would love to go bowling. It's so much
do
fun.
it.
We just brought Sophia bowling, honestly, and she loved it. So, you know.
I mean, if you want to sub, I'm in a bowling league.
She's
So-
Are you?
Yeah, actually.
Wow.
I play Thursdays. So like, if we need a sub, I can. you
So
know.
what do? You're in a league. He's at the firehouse. Do you just not go?
Unfortunately, I feel bad. My mom watches my sister's kids all day on Thursdays, and then to ask her to come to my house at 6:30 so I can leave by 6:45 to then bowl until 9:15. I don't want to do that to her. So I'm okay bowing out. We have an alternate who will come in if we need someone to play. It's not my only night out, so I'm not like, oh my God,
She also plays hockey.
I don't get to
Do you
get
do
out.
hockey
You know
this
what? I
week?
think
Yeah.
I knew that.
Yeah.
I think you told me that once.
So like it is like one social thing I get to do, and it's right in our town. It's 2 minutes up the street, so like it's great.
What's it called?
Ryan's amusement.
Ryan's Amusement.
Yeah, it's great, but I feel bad, and I don't want to pay my babysitter for the 3-ish hours because like, well, I pay less to bowl than I would paying her.
Yeah, it's pricey.
But yeah, I just feel bad. And my team's fine with it. They don't care. It stinks when it's like 2 weeks in a row because like 1 week is something on me, like I scheduled a client or like I'm sick or something, and then the next week he's on shift. I'm like, okay. Guess I'm not bowling 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
But
It sounds like a lot of fun though.
it is fun. It is fun. People get really into it, or like my team, we're there to have fun.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's so much better.
We do beat ourselves up when we don't bowl well.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, it's like golf. Like you're not consistent. Like 1 week you bowl really well, and then the next week
Bowling's
it's like you never bowled
I
before.
think it's really hard.
Yeah, it is. It's frustrating too.
Yeah.
Because you're like, I threw exactly the same way and it didn't knock anything down. I threw it again and it went in the gutter. Cool.
And I don't know what I did differently.
Right.
Or nothing happened.
Right? The
I
same.
breathe differently.
I'm
Yeah,
100%
something.
not a good bowler.
I'm not good at many activities. So for me, I like that attitude of like, we're here to have fun.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah. It's you at the end of the year, you get a certain amount of money for whatever place you're in. There's 22 teams. So there's like 80 people bowling at once. Yeah. So like we're obviously not in it for the money because we're never in that top 10 where it feels good to get a chunk of money back. But yeah, it's fun.
that's good. It's nice to have those kind of activities. This now has become my
Night out.
extracurricular, my hobby. Honestly, I'm loving this part, but the social media piece is not for me.
Not your
I'm
forte.
so bad at social media for my business.
I could
I'm
shut it
so
all
bad.
down. Like I would go forever without social media and I'd be fine.
Hmm.
But now I have to like actually,
Put an effort in.
yeah, and I have to like ask AI to make me all these photos. I don't know how to make photos. Like who
Yeah.
knows how to make photos?
Come on, clip art.
No, exactly.
Do you use Canva?
So see, you're using these words. You sound like you know things.
I've tried to, just from the business, I tried to teach myself a little bit, but
My colleague uses it and
Yeah.
she like makes these really funny signs and stuff, but I have never done it myself. But now we call ChatGPT Hank at my house.
Yeah.
Just because saying ChatGPT is
All
hard
the
to say all the
time.
time.
Yeah.
So I'm working on it. But
my mom was just using Hank today because I'm about to lease a new car. So she's like literally getting all this information from AI and was just like, this is what you need to say. And I'm like, okay, thank you. Like, honestly, that was smart.
right.
So
I
left
like
out
isn't
there.
it annoying how smart
Yeah.
Hank is at the end of the day? It's crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah. Well, this has been lovely.
Yeah.
Well,
Thanks
thank
for talking to me. This is gonna be great.
I can't wait to listen.
I know. It's gonna be a good episode.
I can't wait to see what Eric and Matt have to say.
I know. Should we listen like together?
Watch party.
A listen party?
Yeah.
Maybe we do a bull listen party.
Imagine.
All right, awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I'll get everything together. I'll send it over to you guys and hopefully we can hang out outside with us.
Cool, yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed being here as much as I did. If you have any questions for me or if you'd like to be interviewed, please reach out at thefirewivespodcast@gmail.com. You can also follow me on Instagram and Facebook. Tune in next week for the next episode of Firewives.